Well, that's the Thane Durst.
Yes.
Bill? Yeah. Not only do we support it, I mean, we've practiced it all the years that I've been superintendent in this district, or in the Boise School District. Each year, at the end of the year, I'd get a list of 30 or 40 kids who early graduated, or set a program to early graduate a year early, that left with a bevy of advanced placement credits or concurrent credit items. You know, I think youngsters, if we work with families well and the staff people well, I mean, there are some youngsters that can complete high school very early and move on, and hopefully they have the socio-emotional background where they'd be able to go to the next level of education, feel comfortable in that setting, and make it work. You know, I think there are some challenges with making all that happen. But my view is when kids are ready to go, let them go. Relative to concurrent credit, it's very important. It's a big program in the district in which I served, representing a number of institutions. And I think parents have to understand the value of concurrent credit and other options in that acceleration process. Concurrent credit, in some cases, will earmark you to go to a single university or college. You know, I got 45 credits of this at this institution. Well, if I want to go to Stanford, is that going to transfer? Are they going to acknowledge that credit? Now, if I want to go to Boise State, and I took them from Boise State, you're golden. And I think it's wonderful. I think we've got to have multiple options depending on where families and youngsters want to do their post-secondary work, and that they understand that from the beginning, that we do not create a false understanding or a false premise that says, you know, if you take these concurrent credit classes, you know, you can go to the University of Mars or whatever along the way. Kids need to know if they're going to take those classes, the institutions that accept them. And as they're planning their next steps and stages, do I want to go here? Do I want to go there? Now, you know, do I like kids going to Boise State and U of I? Yeah, I do. They're great institutions. They do nice work, or BYU Idaho, or you know, College of Idaho, NNU. Just wonderful options, and people are working hard to keep those options. And that might be another discussion someday about the higher ed picture. But we need to create a realistic understanding of when they're taking concurrent credit, where those things are going to go and how they're going to work. It's true of AP, and the AP platform is changing to some degree. Still, a majority of colleges and universities around the country uniformly accept AP credits. But there are some that are changing, and there are some AP courses that they don't accept anymore. So we have to stay on top of that, so that, again, kids who believe that if they take, you know, 5, 6, 7 AP courses, that indeed those credits are going to be acknowledged, and they can CLEP, you know, the college level examination program that elevates you to the next step, where you basically can exam out or course out of your freshman year or whatever, that really happens. So it's a counseling role, it's an information role, and the rest of it. But yeah, I do. I've seen lots and lots of kids have very, very successful experiences with early graduation and moving forward. And the inverse is true as well. I think somewhere along the way we ought to look at basically saying some kids might take 5 years to finish high school. Some kids may take 2 or 3, some kids may take 5. It's kind of like the collegiate setting. And for all kinds of reasons, students take more time or less time. I graduated in about 3.5 years in my undergraduate program, and it had nothing to do with intelligence and capability. It had to do with the fact that I was getting married and I had $10 in the bank. And my in-laws were kind of looking at me saying, "You're right, you're going to marry our daughter." So I had to graduate, get a job, and get some money in the bank, and did. And had great experiences in my major content area of history and teaching job and all that stuff. But the motivation to move through an experience is different from person to person. My collegiate motivation for early graduation was get a job and be respectable to the in-laws. For other people, it was, I really want to be a doctor, and I really want to get into these courses as soon as possible, or whatever else. We have to help students embrace those options, those opportunities, understand those things, and have everybody in the picture, the parent, the student, the counselor, the teachers, understand the ups and downs of the process, options available, how they transfer, and all the rest of that, and then move on. But I like the idea, and honestly, before the bill was in place, we practiced the idea in the Boise School District, actually long before I ever got here, but certainly during my time as well.
Perfect.